Train 262 Heavy, wind calm, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence, previous departure, Heavy 777.
Hello and welcome aboard. Welcome to Chicago O'Hare International Airport and our Boeing 777-200ER in beautiful American Airlines One World livery. It's a really nice looking livery, isn't it? Yeah, see, American Airlines with their aluminum bodies. Or they didn't have to paint them with the new 787s, but that's beside the point. Alright, our 777. It is the world's largest twin jet as of right now. It was developed in consultation with 8 major airlines. It was designed to replace older wide-body airlines and bridge the gap in capacity between the 767 and the 747. So this was supposed to replace the DC-10s and the L-1011s. Originally conceived as a tri-jet, but switched over to a twin jet. Now the consultation with 8 airlines was unique. Usually a manufacturer designs an airplane and then goes and says, "Hey, look at our airplane." The airlines go, "Boo." In this case, after Boeing decided not to pursue the 777 during the time of building the 67 and 57, they decided later, well, let's do our 777. They brought in All Nippon Airways, American Airlines, British Airways, Cathay Pacific, Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines, Qantas, and United to help develop the airliner. It is Boeing's first fly-by-wire airline. It has computer-mediated controls, so it has a flight envelope. And it's also the first entirely computer-designed commercial aircraft. They built this all up in a sort of a CAD-based system and tested it all in computer using finite element analysis and things of that nature, and then built the aircraft. It used to be you would go and you kind of piece it together and you do real-world building and mock-ups. In this case, they went with a computer-mediated. Alright, let's get aboard our aircraft. We're right on the controls. Let's get away from the controls. Woo! Alright. That was a two-control aircraft. There's 2 seats back there for the lucky guys that get to hang out with us, but it doesn't require 3 pilots like some of the older aircraft, which was a huge plus. Let's get some flap. Flap? There's the flap. Slow flap. Alright, we don't need quite that much. Alright, we're back aboard. I have a caution sign. Why do I have a caution? What is... I just... go away. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna take the brakes off. We're in Chicago because, well, American Airlines obviously has got one of their major hubs here in Chicago. So that's why we're here, really. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spool up. Now, I didn't look to see which engines were on here, but there were 3 engines possible. So we'll spool these guys up. Here we go. Look at a big bird moving. So the 3 engine possibilities were Pratt & Whitney PW4090 producing 90,000 pounds of thrust. Rolls-Royce 895s producing 93,400 pounds of thrust, or GE 90-94Bs producing 93,700 pounds of thrust on each engine. Massive amount of thrust. We're blasting through 170. Here we go. She's into the air and the trucks properly come forward. Look at that. Let's get her up, and away! I'm going to retract our flaps because we don't need them anymore. We don't need no stinking flaps. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and throttle her down. Pretty dramatically, actually. Those engines spool down a little bit. We blast through 250 knots. Come on, baby, spool them down. There we go. No. Spool. still accelerating at an extremely crazy climb rate. It's awesome. Oh, there goes the engines. Cooling down. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, the 777, when it was launched, the FAA awarded 180-minute ETOPS clearance, or ETOPS 180, for the Pratt & Whitney PW4084 4-engine aircraft on May 30th, 1995, making it the first airliner to carry an ETOP 180 rating at entry into service. So ETOPS is what allows a twin-engine aircraft to fly long over-water routes. And ETOPS actually stands for Extended Twin-Engine Overwater. Don't remember. I do remember there's a gentleman. He goes by the name of Cranky Flyer. You can actually go to crankyflyer.com. He's a severe airline nerd, and his reference, he says ETOPS really stands for Engines Turning or Passengers Swimming. Interestingly, the 777, when it was launched, folding wingtips were offered to appeal to airlines who might use gates made to accommodate smaller aircraft. No airlines purchased this option, but they were offered because the wingspan of the 777 was substantially larger than many aircraft that it was scheduled to replace. So you could have gotten folded wingtips if you wanted. This particular derivation, the Dash 200ER, holds the record for the longest ETOPS-related emergency flight, 177 minutes under one engine on a United Airlines flight carrying 255 passengers on March 17, 2003 over the Pacific Ocean. So, yeah, engines turning or passengers swimming. Aircraft can carry 400 passengers in 2 classes or 314 in 3 classes and has a range, the 200ER, has a range of 8,892 miles. Look at her. That's some nice looking aircraft there. Alright, let's get on board. We're going to figure out where to land here in a minute. Let's hit the button. Shift 1. Yes. Good. That's to be expected. Shift 2. Radio stack. 3. GPS. You know what's going to happen. That's going on the other screen. Hold on. There we go. Shift 4. Wow. Is my overhead? No. Oh, look. There's my rat right there. My ram air turbine. Nice. APU. Nice. Alright, so that was what? Shift 4? Yeah. What is going on? I'm not paying attention to what I'm flying. Shoot, we're about to stall. Just glance down and notice that. There we go. Okay, there. Shift 5. Here's my overhead panel. Nice. 6. Yep, throttle quadrant. 7 is... I have no idea. Oh, it looks like a... warnings, maybe? Perhaps. Oh, now we're going to overspeed. Good grief. So what was that? Shift 7? Yeah. Shift 8 is... more controls. Hey! Shift 8 is this right here. So that's good. So then you can see it when you're zoomed way back. I like that. So that was Shift 8, right? Yeah. And Shift 9 gets me that. Shift 9 I think also gives me something else. Hold on. Ha ha ha! I knew it had a flight management computer. So we have a full flight management computer again. So this means our 67 that I highlighted, our 57, and our 777 all have a full FMC. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Alright, let's close the FMC. Let me go on my other screen really quick and find where the blazes O'Hare went to. There's O'Hare. There. Okay. Okay, good. Alright. So, let's look around our cockpit a little bit. Yeah, I mean, what's that? Look at that. Charts. That's cool. Can I play with that, I wonder? No, it's for decoration purposes. Well, that's fine. Oh, hello. Okay. I want to turn this way. There's a little bit of whiting around the displays, but you know, it's not terrible. It's not like the worst thing in the world to have that. I would expect to... Oh, I can tap it? Oh, look at that. I can tap it and bring up more data. Oh my goodness. Trying to do too many things at once again. Okay. Let's level this guy off. Alright. So we've got a nice 777 to go with our 67 and our 57, which is excellent. We have a full flight management computer, which is good. A lot of extras. It looks really well modeled. Nice American Airlines exterior. Again, an 8,000 mile, almost 9,000 mile range on this aircraft. The one thing it's doing is it wants to go, which sort of makes sense. Air brakes. Yeah, look at that. And brakes back in. Nice. Okay. Go ahead and deploy brakes again as we make this turn. Brakes in. We're at 3,000 feet. Bring those engines up a little bit. There should be a runway right over here somewhere. Okay, there it is. This is one thing I'll say is this one is extremely touchy. Like the 57, I could easily modulate my throttle. This doesn't feel as easy to modulate. Get this sucker slower. Go, drop them below 250. Get some flap out. Jeez, brakes to keep under speed. This is going to be another one of the classic DerTebbers landings that usually will involve fire trucks racing to the rescue and trying to save all the people. Because it's a big aircraft, just me and these big aircraft. Okay, gears. Here they come. That. Nice. Look at her. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, crap. Okay. A little bit more throttle here. A little bit more throttle, please. Come on, engine room. Okay, there we go. Not quite that much, please. Jeez. Runway. Where's the runway? I need a runway. Please let me have a runway. Oh, there's one up there. Alright. Try to make this landing. Should be okay. I'm coming in on this relatively flat, right? Where is the runway exactly? Where am I going? Presumably that runway there. Would be where I'm going. Yes, that is it. Okay. A little bit more flap so I can put my nose down and sort of see what I'm doing. Go. Wow, I can't actually tell where the runway is now. Ooh, look at that narrow window. Look at my left MFD. That narrow window of underspeed overspeed with my flaps out like this. Wow. Can we say disaster coming? Go. think I see the runway. I think I've got runway in sight. Yep, that's the runway. Okay. Runway in sight. Not sure about my glide slope, honestly. But we're gonna make a go of it. I'm aiming to keep this right around 160 knots. We can make that. The runway looks short, but that's just perception. Here we go. We're going to do this. We are going to land this big aircraft. World's largest twin jet. Come on. Go. The LR model actually holds a world record for the longest nonstop flight when it flew Hong Kong to London the wrong way. They left Hong Kong going east. Or was it Singapore? I done forgot now. One out of two. Okay, here we go. Come on. Sink, sink, sink. Yeah, we're gonna make this. Make it. We're gonna do it.
Sink rate.
Really?
Sink rate.
You gotta
Sink rate.
come in now?
Sink rate.
You all mad about that? Well, the caution went off. Okay. Oh crap. Come on, bird. No, no, no. Not too hard. There we go. Brakes. Reverse thrust. Big reverse thrusters. Yeah. Brakes. Oh crap. Oh crap. Come on, come on, we can stop, we can stop, we can stop. Oh, we made it. Oh man. That's probably not the best. Ah, screw it, just make the turn. Can you make that turn? Yeah, I can make that turn. That's the worst I'm going to do. I'm going to put the front wheel into the grass and run the edge. There we go. We were on the edge. Okay. And stop. Control shift F1, shut those engines down. And there we go. There's our opening door. It does work with jetways, by the way. I do know that. So you can hook it up to a jetway. I'd have to actually go find a jetway, and I don't feel like doing that. But here we go. This is the Boeing 777-200ER in American Airlines livery. Link is down below, as always. Really great aircraft. Has a full flight management computer. Great addition to the 67 and 57 I've already featured. So if you're looking for a nice Boeing, big Boeing twin jet, here you go. Till next time, this has been DerTebbers with your Flight Simulator X Spotlight.